Hello. Oh, we're moving already. Welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl. Thank you very much for joining me. Yes, I forgot to do my hair again. We're not going to talk about it. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hello, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Hi. So I thought, now that I have the series going on, episode 2 is coming on, I've got it scheduled to come up, of the TBR clean out of my Goodreads. I've got it scheduled to come out tomorrow, which is the 7th of September. Today's the 6th. And I thought I would start another series on my channel, because why not? They're just fun. Also, I apologize if you could hear Rosie. She's licking her paw right now. She tends to get anxious when she barks at someone, and then she licks her paw for like 5 minutes after. I'm trying to get her to stop doing that, because I do know that my brother's dog has allergies, and he used to lick his paw when, not only when he had allergies, but also when he was anxious, and he gave himself an infection. So I'm kind of worried, but so far it's okay. But if you can hear that, I apologize. Also, there's a dog barking outside. You can't get away from it. This is real stuff here. We got lots of dogs around the neighborhood. Anyways, hello. So today we're going to start a new series. So this series I am calling the Netgalley Notebook. I know, I had to do alliteration. This is episode 1. So this is where I'm going to go through reading some Netgalley arcs and reviewing them for you, so that I can get my ratio up to 80%. Because right now it's at 3%. Yeah, listen. I started using, okay, first of all, Netgalley, if you don't know, is a website that you can go on as a reviewer. If you have a review on Goodreads, if you review on Goodreads, on BookTube, TikTok, anything, or BookTok, Instagram, anything, anywhere that you review books, you can make an account for free on Netgalley. And you start off by getting read now books, which are books that anyone who has an account can get, and then you start requesting books, and they are e-arcs, they're ebooks or audiobooks you can request. And arcs are advanced reader's copy, and that means that the publishers decide who can have a book. They give you a copy of the e-book, and you review them. Technically, you're supposed to review them before they come out. They're published, and then you can give your review, and you can review it on Netgalley, you can review it on any other platform, and it just gets people hyped up for the book, get excited for the book. It gives publishers ideas of what you like and don't like about the book itself. So I started using Netgalley years ago, but I did not have a Kindle back then, and back then you couldn't download them into Kobo. I think you could if you had, what's that? Adobe? But I had a computer that it wouldn't download Adobe. So I couldn't transfer. I didn't know how to work it, because we all know I'm no good at computers and technology. I'm just not good at it. So I had I put a bunch of Read Now books on, but I couldn't download them. So they archived, and I wasn't able to get them. Then last year, I bought a Kindle. Now you can send them to your Kobo, but I bought a Kindle, and I love Kindle so much more than Kobo. I don't know why, I just love it better. As much as a problem Amazon is, I do love that Amazon exists. But, so I can still hear her licking. I'm so sorry. She's having a grand old time, living her best life, licking her paw. Just let her live her life. But I look like I'm praying. I'm just like, okay. Anyways, so I got a Kindle, and just this year I started requesting books, e-arcs, and I didn't think I would get any of them, so I requested like 50 of them. Dude, I got like 35 of them or something like that right away. So then I requested more, and now I've requested a lot more, and I've received a lot of them. So, I now have over 200. I'll put the number up here of what I have. 200 and something e-arcs. Some of them have been published already, and some of them I don't have downloaded on my Kindle because of said problem of not knowing how to do that in my last computer. So, some of them I'll have to get from the library, but this whole series I'm doing, the Netgalley Notebook, is inspired by a lot of different content creators. One of which is Krista from Books and Jam. She's done a few videos where she's trying to up her ratio on feedback from Netgalley, because the website says that they would like you to be at 80% feedback, and I'm at 3%. Yeah. So, and then today I just watched a video where Sarah's Nightstand did her version, which was called Netgalley Files, I think is what she called it. I'll link both those channels below. I know there's a lot of other content creators, booktubers who have done it, this type of thing, but we're doing it a little bit different. So, this first video is going to be a little bit different because usually on the videos I plan on only reading 3 e-arcs and reviewing them for you. But since I've already read 2 that I will talk about in this video, but I'm not currently reading them, you won't get my fresh thoughts and opinions right after, I can't even say the word opinions, right after I read it, because I read them probably a week or 2 ago. I decided to do 5 in this first video because I finished 2 and I'm halfway through another. So I figure we'll just do 2 more. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but anyway, so the 2 I have read is the Murder on the Marlowe Bell. Is that what it's called? I'll put the picture up here. It is book 4 or 5. I think it's book 4, might be book 5. Again, you'll see it on the screen, of the Marlowe Murder Club. This is by Robert Thorogood, and it follows the lady named Judith Potts, which I love her name because my mom's name was Judith, and I, of course, love my mom. She's in heaven, miss you, Mom. But her name was Judith, so I like that this main character is Judith. I kind of imagine my mom whenever I read her, which is kind of fun, because my mom passed away when she was 58, so she died young, so she's never, I mean, I can just imagine her now at like 73, she would be 74, something like that, and to me she's Judith Potts. Anyways, that was a whole different thing you didn't need to know. Anyways, so Judith is I think she's 60 or 70 years old, and in the first book, the Marlowe Murders Club, the Marlowe Detective Agency, I can't remember what it's called, I'm sorry. Judith witnesses what she thinks is a murder. The police don't take her seriously, and then she meets up with 2 other ladies, a middle-aged woman named oh, I'm so bad at names. One is named Susan, and she is a low-income lady, and I love her to death. She's just so funny. And then the other lady is a vicar's wife. I don't remember her name. And the 3 of them get together, become friends, and solve murders. So in this recent book that just came out, I believe it comes out it hasn't come out yet. I think it comes out in October. Again, I'll put it on the screen. I'm not sure when it comes out. I should have done research before I started this video. I'm so sorry. But Murder on the Marlowe Bell is about Judith, Suze, and the other lady. We're going to call her Linda. I don't think that's the right name, but we're just going to call her Linda and be fine with it, okay? So they go on a, no, okay, what see, this is why I need to do reviews right after I read them. So what happens is a lady comes to Judith's door. The 3 of them are known in their small town as people who have helped the police solve murders. So this lady comes to the store and says, I need your help. My husband never came home. We went on a party with a bunch of a big theater group in town. We went on a party on a boat and called the Marlowe Bell. And when we left, my husband did not come off the boat. And I don't know where he is. And then a body shows up, and it's him. So Judith, Suze, Linda, whatever her name is, try to figure out who murdered this guy and why. First of all, the writing, Robert Thorogood is so good at writing humor. Like, I just love these characters. They're so fleshed out. They all have faults. They're not perfect people, which I really love. They all have flaws. But they have good intentions. The three women have good intentions, right? And I loved their friendship is growing. I mean, when they first met in the first book, they weren't instant friends. They were just they got to know each other. So in the last few books, they've gotten to know each other better, and now they're like this, right? And we also get introduced to Linda. Again, that's not her name. Wouldn't it be funny if it was Linda, but I don't think it was. Her daughter. We get introduced to her daughter and a whole subplot of that happening. And then the murder mystery itself was interesting. There's a plot twist that I did not guess, and I thought it was really good. And throughout the whole series, there's an overarching theme in each of the three main characters, the three sleuths, there's an overarching theme of a secret they all have. And at the end of Murder on the Marlowe Bell, the last sentence, if you know, you know, it has got me very excited for the next book. Let's just say that, because one of the secrets is going to be explored in that book. I can almost guarantee you, and I'm so excited for it. So, I'm so excited for it. But as far as this book, I believe I gave it 5 stars. Again, I'll put on the screen what I put, but I believe I gave 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Yeah, so that was the first book I finished. I finished that a couple weeks ago, and I was very excited to read it. So thank you to the publishers and to Netgalley for allowing me to read that book. The second book I finished about 4 or 5 days ago, and it was another cozy mystery. It is by Colleen Cambridge, who is a pen name for Colleen Gleason. Colleen Gleason also has one under that name. She has an arc that I also have under her name. That didn't make sense. Her real name is Colleen Gleason. She has an arc that I have out that is under Colleen Gleason. Then she has a whole series that she writes under Colleen Cambridge. And that is, I've got another book of hers over there. That's why I was looking over there. That is the Phillida Bright series. And the book I read was the newest arc. It was called Two Truths and a Murder. And again, picture. And I, again, really enjoyed it. I love this series. I've only read 2 out of the 5 books, I believe, that are out. Maybe I've read 3. I think I'm reading the 3rd one right now. I'm reading them out of order. It doesn't bother me. It does spoil a little bit of what happened in the book before, in books previous, but it doesn't bother me to read cozy mysteries out of order. I know some people don't like it. In other genres, I don't like reading them out of order, but cozies, I don't mind. Anyways, the Two Truths and a Murder is part of the Phillida Bright series, and Phillida Bright is a fictional housekeeper of Agatha Christie. So Agatha Christie, who we all know and love, is a character in the book, but she's not the main character. The main character is the fictional maid or housekeeper of Agatha's. And it's when Agatha and Max are married, they're happily married, she's writing her books. It's after the whole thing where she went missing for 11 days and the whole scandal with her first husband. They are in happy times now. in this book, which I'm happy to see, because I think a lot of Agatha Christie books that feature Agatha Christie are about her going missing, or about her marriage to Archie and all that. This book is in happier times. Anyways, Phillida is a fictional character, but she is so well fleshed out. I love her so much. And again, over the books that I've read, her character has developed, and I just love her. And in Two Truths and a Murder, we follow Phillida when she gets invited to. She goes to a party. And at this party, one of the girls there, a young girl who, well, she doesn't get invited to the party. I got that mixed up with another one. I'm sorry. So, first of all, each of these books, um, in the book itself, the murder that Phillida is solving inspires Agatha to write one of her books. So in this one, it inspires her to write Halloween Party, which is an Hercule Poirot book, which is a great book. And obviously, this isn't what inspired her to write this book in real life, but it's fun that she does that in this series. So she has a friend, Phillida has a friend, and this friend asks her to come and see if she's again known to solve murders and to investigate. So this friend says, I think my husband's having an affair. I think he's having an affair with this young woman. If we threw a get together kind of party and we invited this woman among other people and yourself, could you like come over and find out if I'm going crazy or if it really is true, if they're really seeing each other? So Phillida doesn't really want to do this, but she's like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. So she comes to the party, and at this party, the young girl, I call her girl, a young woman who the friend suspects is cheating with her husband, decides, tells Phillida, or no, tells the whole party, let's play Two Truths and a Lie. And to them, it's a new game. We all know Two Truths and a Lie, but it's a new game back then, because this takes place in the 1930s, I think. And so she explains how to play it, and she goes first, and she says two truths and a lie, and they try to figure out which one is the lie, right? Obviously. And one of the things she says is, I witnessed a murder, but I didn't think it was a murder. So that is what inspires Agatha to write The Halloween Party. If you know The Halloween Party, that is very much what happens in that book. So, meanwhile, later on that night, they all kind of decide, no, she didn't actually see murder. Anyways, later on the night, someone gets killed. And, we're just going to leave it that way because it all comes back to what this lady said. And it was so good. It was so good. So well done. I did suspect who the killer was, and I was right. But that did not negate anything from the enjoyment of this book. I thought it was so good. It has so many twists and turns and plot twists that was just so well done. The writing is superb. French kiss. French kiss? Oh my gosh, I meant chef kiss. I'm gonna leave that in. Chef's kiss, I meant, not French kiss. I can't believe I said that. Anyways, chef's kiss. And I really can you tell I'm not a young person? I don't know what to say anymore. Okay. Anyways, that's funny. So I really enjoyed the writing, and the humor was great. Okay, Rosie wants up. All right. And the characters were wonderful. The murder mystery was fun, and I really enjoyed it. So, where is she? Okay, I gotta go. I'll come back in a few minutes to give you an update of what book I am reading now from the eArcs. I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, I'm back. Happy pumpkin spice season. Happy pumpkin spice latte season. I love this mug. I got it like 3 years ago and love it. I have some soup in here, and I just had some lunch because I forgot I took insulin, so I needed to eat a bit. But I wanted to go over what I'm reading now on my Kindle, on my eArcs. I am reading Murder at Donwell Abbey by Vanessa Kelly. Is that her name? I think that's her name. And this is book 2 in the... I don't remember what the series is called. Oh my goodness. I'll put it up here. I'm sorry, I forget what it's called. But it is the, it is Emma Knightley series. That's what it's called. Emma Knightley. And it features Emma as from Jane Austen's Emma. And it features her and other characters from the Jane Austen universe. And she solves murders. And I loved the first book, which was Murdered Highbury Inn. Highbury Castle? Something like that. This one is Murder at Donwell Abbey. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know where I am in the book. Hang on. Just so you know, did I buy the switcher thing for the Kindle? Yes, why yes I did. And it has changed my life. It turns the page and I love it because I can be underneath a blanket and not have to bring my arm out. Is that being lazy? Probably. Most definitely. But I enjoy it. So here is my Kindle. This goes on this. Oh, did I buy all that? Yes, I did. And I'm happy with it. Okay. So let's go on the Kindle and look at what percentage I'm at, because I think I'm about 40% through. And we're going to go here. No, I don't want that. Alright, we want to go up here. I talked about that one. Oh, the Colleen Gleason book I was talking about is Lady Darling Inquires After a Killer. Looking forward to reading that too. I'm looking forward to reading all these books. Okay, it is by Vanessa Kelly. I'm 42% through the book. And I am enjoying it so far. I'm liking it more than the first book, and I don't know why. It's very much written the same way. It's just I like Emma more in this book. And I'm enjoying the mystery a little bit more. So in this book, we follow Emma Knightley, of course, and she is now married to George Knightley. And they have a big party at Donwell Abbey, where they're living now. They're having a big party for their dad, who is now engaged. And during this party, someone falls out of a window and dies, and they find the body, and there's quite a few suspects, and Emma thinks that she didn't just fall out of the window, that she was murdered. So right now I'm at the part where she's suspecting someone hard, like she's really suspecting someone, so I feel like that person is not the killer, because it's too obvious. But I mean, I've been tricked before on that, so that person might very well be the killer. But I'm enjoying it so far. I like the references to Jane Austen. I think that's fun. I don't know what else to say, but I'm really enjoying it. And again, Emma's character I like a lot more in this book, and I don't really know why. I think the first book I've never really liked Emma's character in Jane Austen's book. And in the first book, she's very much the same kind of character. And in this book, the second book, she's a little bit more mature, and I like that. She still is kind of like talks before she thinks kind of thing, but I find her a little bit more mature. So that's what I'm reading right now. And when I'm finished that, I will come back. I'll come back at 75%. We'll say every 25%, I'll come back and talk to you. So, I mean, technically that would be like 67%, but we're going to talk about 75%. We're going to do it in blocks of 25%. You know what? Okay, I feel like you know what I mean. All right. So that's the book I'm reading right now. I'm going to do some reading soon and start working on that. Okay, I'm excited. I hope you're enjoying the video. There. She probably smells the cat. My roommate has a cat in their room. Anyways, hi baby. You gonna come say hi? Gonna come say hi? Come say hi. No, she doesn't want to come say hi. Okay, anyways, hello. So, Murder at Donwell Abbey by Vanessa Kelly. I gave this one 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Now, the first book, which was Murder at Highbury Manor, Murder at Highgatha, I'll put the title up here. I can't remember what it was called. I read it and didn't enjoy it a lot. I enjoyed it, but not as much as I enjoyed this one. So let's talk about it. Vanessa Kelly has written the series. It is an Emma Knightley mystery, so it takes place, or it features Emma Knightley from Jane Austen's Emma, and all the characters involved in that story. And she solves murder mysteries, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. So the first book, I think I gave 4 stars. I enjoyed it, and I definitely saw potential in the series being better. The first book in a cozy mystery is not always the best, because you're setting up the whole series, right? So I was willing, when I first read the first book, I was willing to read the next book, and I'm glad I got on Netgalley. So thank you to Netgalley and to the publishers for allowing me to read this book. I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. In this book, what can I say? Emma and her husband are living with her dad, and he is getting married. And so Emma is preparing to move back to Donwell Abbey with her husband George, and they go back there to kind of set up the house. It's an old abbey. It needed a lot of reconstruction and renovation. And she goes back there, and things ensue. There's a murder, and they have this big engagement party for her dad, and a maid is it falls out of a window apparently, and of course it's murder, and things happen, and it was really good. I suspected who the killer was correctly, but I wasn't positive it was that person. So it was a good surprise. It was really good. I think I kind of. Oh, sorry, she's eating a bone. um, but I think I realized for sure who it was a couple chapters before it was revealed. But it was really good. I find the characters hilarious. They're very funny. They're very, very much Jane Austen, which I know sounds weird, but the author did her research in Jane Austen and Emma, and it felt very Jane Austen-y. So, do you mind? Apparently not. She wants to eat her bone. Hey, when you want to eat your bone, you want to eat your bone, you know? And then I realized yesterday that I actually read another arc in August that I forgot that I'd read. So really I've read 4 arcs so far, and I read Witch and Tale by Angela M. Sanders. So I'm going to add that onto this one. So Witch and Tale by Angela M. Sanders was book 7, I believe, of the Which Way Librarian mysteries. Loved it. I think I gave that one 5 stars as well. Um, that one is about a lady who comes and in the first book, which is called Bait and Witch and Bait. I can't remember. Something like that. She comes to this small town, inherits, and she comes to be a librarian at this big manor, and she finds out that she is a witch. And I really enjoyed this one. This one had a lot of angst with the romance that's involved in it. There was a. She's very loud, I'm so sorry. There's a bit more darker things when it comes to the witchcraft in it, which I did not particularly like. But it didn't go too far, in my opinion. I mean, if you're a Christian, it might have gone too far for you. You like it's up to you. But I found that it didn't go too dark. There is like spells and summoning and that kind of thing. So if that bothers you, I totally understand. Um, but I thought the cozy mystery itself was really well done. So I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. The romance I thought was really well done because it was very real. Um, the main character reveals something to someone at the end of the book before this book 6. I've read all the books that have been published, and in this book is the aftermath of that, and how her love interest reacts to everything. And I just thought it was really well done. I thought it was very real for being a paranormal, witchy kind of book. It was very real, so I really enjoyed it. Um, the cat in the book, I love him. I love him so much. He was great. There's not much more to say. I think I don't really remember what the mystery was. I mean, obviously it was a murder. I've read so many murder mysteries, I don't remember which one it was. Oh, yes. Okay, so there is one part. I remember now. So, one of the side characters, kind of one of the villain type people, um, is against cats. So, there's a lot of talk of like banning cat books from libraries. So, that was kind of interesting because they took I think the author was kind of taking a jab at banning books, which I thought was really well done. I see what you're doing there. I thought it was really good. So um, I really enjoyed that part. And the murder, I'm not going to go into exactly what happened, of course, but um, the 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 reveal of who it was didn't shock me, but why they did what they did, that did shock me. So that was fun. That was really enjoyable. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So that is the Which Way Librarian series, and that is book 7, I believe, Witch and Tell. And it was actually my 3rd arc that I read, but it's the 4th I'm talking about now. And I actually I finished it on the 4th of August. And then Murder at Donwell Abbey I finished today, which is September 9th. So, I think that means I've read 4 arcs so far. I might have read 5 now. I think I've only read 4. So I'm going to read one more. I'm not sure what I'm going to pick. She's hitting the bed now. So that's why the camera's moving. But I'm gonna go and decide what I want to read. I'm also reading. I'll let you know. I'm also reading a middle grade book, so I want to read that one. This one is The Mystery of Black Hollow Lane by Julia Nobel. So I'm enjoying that. She is so loud. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you can hear that, but okay. I will talk to you later and give you an update. Hello. So my mic should actually be on this time. I think. I think it's on now. So hopefully you'll see a difference. I know I put out a video yesterday and the mic was not on properly. So hopefully it's working now. I bought a little mic. But this is an update on the ARC video. So I finished another ARC. Is it almost at the end of October? Yes, yes it is. Did I start? I mean, I started this video in September and it's now October 18th. We're just gonna roll with it. I did finish my 5th arc, which I mean is pretty good in my book. Because like I don't read a lot of arcs. I'm really quite proud of myself for a lot of ebooks. So the book I finished just a few minutes ago was Miss Morton and the Missing Heir by Catherine. Not Catherine Mack. That's not right. Oh my goodness. I'll put the picture up here with the author's name. Um, for some reason I can't remember who wrote it. This was a fun book. Now, the last book in the Miss Morton series that I read, I did not enjoy very much. This one I enjoyed a lot more. And I don't know why, but I really enjoyed it. So this is a cozy mystery series. It is a Victorian, I believe, is when it takes place. It might be Regency, I'm not sure. I don't know my time periods very well. But it's historical, at least. I know that much. And we follow Miss Morton, and she is a lady companion to a lady named Mrs. Frodgerton. And in this particular book, she has she's dealing with her father's death. In the beginning of the series, her father dies and leaves her with a lot of debts, and she has to work. She's a single person, a single woman in a time period where you basically had to get married to be alive as a woman. So, she goes and she works for Mrs. Frodgerton. I'm not trying to pronounce that. I keep thinking Mrs. Frog because it just looks like that. And they solve murders together. And in this one, um, someone comes to not Claire, oh my goodness, claim the earldom because her father was an earl. So he comes to inherit, to say that he's part of the Morton family and he has to inherit the earldom. And there was a little bit of a there was a house called Morton House where Miss Morton grew up in, and that is being sold. So this guy comes and says, "Hey, I'm actually the rightful heir to this because she's a woman and she can't get it because she's a woman." So he says, "I'm actually the next in kin to receive this house, so I want to claim my earldom." And this whole book is about Miss Morton, which I can't remember her first name, but her and Mrs. Frodgerton trying to figure out if this guy really is legally has the right to to the house, as well as they find out some jewels and stuff that her father had that would be helpful to her, and some land and stuff like that. Anyways, that's all in the beginning. And there's a couple murders that happen. We find out that someone else who is staying at Mrs. Frodgerton's house is dead, and so investigation ensues. And it was a fun book. I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I think 4 stars is a good rating. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I still have to make the review up for Netgalley. I will put up here on the screen, right here, right there, um, when it comes out or if it's come out already. I don't think it's come out. No, I think it has come out. I think it comes out in this month, I think. I'm not sure, but I will put on the screen here when it comes out. But I'm very excited for it. It is book, again, I'll put up here. I can't remember which book it is in the series. I think it's book 5, I think, in the series. I'm not sure, but I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I gave it a shot. I'm glad that I enjoyed it a lot more than the last book I read of hers. I think the reason being is last time I listened to the audiobook and I just didn't like the narrator, and it kind of made me not enjoy the book as much. I think that was the problem. Reading it physically on ebook really helped this time. So that is my 5th arc done. So I'm done with this video, but let me go over the 5 books that I read. So the first book I read was, again, I read it off screen, was Murder on the Marlowe Bell by Robert Thorogood. This was a book in the Marlowe Murder Club series. I really liked it. I gave 5 stars. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to reading more for Robert Thorogood. I've read all of his Marlowe Murder Club books, and I've loved every one of them. Totally recommend if you want a humorous, cozy mystery with older people, like senior citizens, as well, there's only one senior citizen. The rest are the other. There's 3 sleuths. I can get this out. There's 3 sleuths. One of them is an octogenarian. The other 2 are in their like 40s and 50s, respectively. So, um, I really enjoy that series, and yeah. And then the second book I read was Two Truths and a Murder by Colin Cambridge. I believe I gave that 5 stars. I don't remember, but I believe I gave it 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that whole series, the Phillida Bright series. It is a fun historical mystery series with a nod to Agatha Christie all the time. She is a character in the book, and it follows Phillida Bright, who is a fictional housekeeper of the very real Agatha Christie. I'm just making sure my mic's on. I think this is working. I hope it's working. But yeah, and I loved it. I thought it was great. So there's that. And then the third arc I read was what was it? Oh my goodness. For some reason I can't remember. There was, hang on, let me check. Okay, so the third book I read was Witch and Tale by Angela M. Sanders. Again, one of my favorite cozy mystery series. I have a lot of favorites, okay? So this one was by Angela M. Sanders, and it is a witchy cozy mystery. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I don't remember whether I gave it 4 or 5 stars. I'll put it up here what I gave it, but I really enjoyed it. It does go a bit darker into more witchy spells, casting things, a bit of summoning spirits, stuff like that. So just be warned, it does go a little bit into the dark side of things. It didn't go too far, in my opinion, as being a Christian. It didn't go too far. But just be warned, there is a bit more of the witchiness in these books than most cozy mysteries with witches. I think I've read quite a few, and this one is one of the darkest series. The first couple books in the series, there really is not much witchiness into it, but then after that, it gets a little bit dark, just a little bit dark. Again, it doesn't cross the line, in my opinion, but just so you know. I really enjoyed it, though. I thought it was great. And so I read that one. And then the fourth book I read was Murder at Donwell Abbey by Vanessa Kelly. Really thought that was great as well. Really enjoyed it. I mean, all 5 of these were just amazing. And this follows Emma Knightley from Jane Austen's Emma book, the book called Emma, and it's a kind of not a retelling, a inspired by Emma. So we follow Emma Knightley, and she solves murders. And in this one, I don't even remember what it. Oh, I do remember. I remember parts of it. It's not one that stuck in my head very much. But it was good for what it was. I really enjoyed it as I was reading it, and I thought it was great. If you want a bit of a historical Jane Austen-esque feel, it did feel like Jane Austen's writing. Emma Knightley did feel like Emma from the book. I have read part of Emma by Jane Austen, and I have watched a few adaptations, movie adaptations of Emma, but it felt very real to the way Jane Austen writes, so I liked that. The humor was cute. I really like the humor in it. Yeah, it was just really cute. And it does take place in the time period that Emma took place in. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Again, I will put it up here what my rating was. But yeah, that's the 5 books. Oh, and then the fifth book, of course, was the one I just read, which was, you know, I'm not even gonna say I'm tired. I'm not gonna say it this time, but I'm tired. Okay, I said it. Um, the last book I just read was Miss Martin and the Missing Heir, and again, I think I'll give that 4 stars. So I really enjoyed it. I think this has been great. I'm going to start on a new EARC soon because I have to read for her kid. I have to read a book that came out in August, and I haven't read that yet. And you have only 2 months to read it, so I have to finish it by the end of October to get that prompt. So I'm going to be trying to read another one. So I will start a new Netgalley notebook tonight. So you'll be able to see that soon. Hopefully, maybe, I mean, it might take another month or two again. Who knows? Thank you very much for watching. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, again, if you want to start using NetGalley, it is free to use. If you review on any platform whatsoever, you can use the Read Now section where you can get any book that's in that section or audiobook. And no matter how big your audience is, and then as you grow and as you get more into your feedback ratio, you can request books, and that's what I've been doing. I have requested so many books, and I've got over 200 now, I think. Yeah. So there, it's going to be a long series on the channel. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you and all you do. Bye, guys.